Allez. Non mais... Chauffard, là.
Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth. Back when we were kids, you used to steal my desserts.
Oh, c'était voler les sucreries, enfin les desserts de...
Seems like a lot has changed during my absence. What exactly...
Well, someone has to stay awake even in this sweet...
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying too much on your shoulders, brother. The paradise in our dreams... It shouldn't be like this. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring true happiness.
Remember the old man we met earlier? Without this dream, he might have completely lost himself.
That might be true, but even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. As far as I know, that path may have been more ordinary and challenging. But now, he's receiving hospice care in a comatose. Is Penacony granting these people a future? Or is it...
Well, don't forget this. Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds because they've never witnessed those birds crashing to their... Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers. And later...
Well, I didn't mention what happened to it in my letters, because shortly after you left, it crashed to its death right in front of your window.
Oh.
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky. Even if...
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen...
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime. Some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal. And the weak can only watch as their value gets constantly...
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own. That's what the Odes of Harmony have always taught us.
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. even in this carefree dream. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails.
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? If even you, my brother, don't believe that the harmony will save the weak...
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world envisioned a future where no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister? What are you reading?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a picture book. It's about the story of the harmonic strings. If I could become a chord master, I'd like to summon Dominicus, the harmonious choir. I want to sing with everyone.
I see. Then, I would summon the
Don't you have a wish of your own, brother?
Of course I do. It's just that it includes your wish and everyone else's.
Then, let's build a stage there and invite everyone to our performance so that both our wishes come true.
It's a deal then.
Yeah, it's a deal. But how can I become a...
Maybe you'll have to become a star first.
C'est hyper long. Oh. Et il est
You're back sooner than I thought. Any results?
23h40. Ah, elle est toujours avec nous, elle. Je me demandais si elle était partie. Pfff.
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since he's already carried out his last wish, but pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination. The path Mikhail left for you is not an easy one to tread. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude? But you have the numbers. And in numbers comes strength.
Got any more encouraging words?
As I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations alone is far from enough. Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating simply allows us to meet. Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got us blocked off, we're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most. And since it's the key to stabilizing the sweet dream, it's vital to the family's interests. By attacking their core interests, they're bound...
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand. But the problem is, on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight, and if we brute force it... So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer to this question.
Vraiment? Toi?
What's that supposed to mean? You'd better believe it. So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar and be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. And so, how do we go about participating? I've already procured special invite tickets from Miss... to tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along, but now it looks like even if I scrape through...
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a...
We'll follow Marge's plan. Mr. Gallagher,
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character, I've already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony
That's
can
what
awaken
she
from
did.
this dream is...
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the Express.
All right.
Non?
I'll have
veux
to
pas?
add to that data bank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing...
We've already come
yes.
this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally...
Oui, elle
This
reste avec
is
nous.
also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now,
Oui, elle reste avec nous. Ouais, bah oui, fou, elle reste. Et après,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scorched Sand Home. If you have ambition, dreams, and the drive, dear friend,
Oh, wow, they've really outdone themselves.
behold, here come 4 friends with spirits high and full of steel. Are you aspiring
regarde, je suis
to
entourée
be
que
the
de
superstar?
noces.
Is he talking?
Yes, you! There's no doubt about it, I see.
Excuse me, you four. What are you hoping to get out of all this?
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming all of the challenges?
La musique est trop bien.
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with the
Your journey is long and fraught with peril.
sword and rose? Protect the beauty. The beauty, the beauty.
A knight's head is hard as steel.
People are pouring in. Kinda feels like all sorts of baddies are showing up. Let's get in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make way. Coming towards us now is one of Penacony's top 10. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of Soulglad's.
hello, everybody. I'm Himiko.
Don't you guys need to hide?
Can't hide it anyways. Penacony is plastered with our posters. And because the Astral Express is so well known. Don't expose my net handle to everyone! Hello, everyone! I'm March 7th. I'm an ordinary girl.
Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is back. Grab a bottle of Soul Glad and make your dreams a blast.
Ah, il y a pas de coffre dans le coin.
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation of that time known as the era filled with boundless possibilities. Grab a bottle of Soul Glad. Nameless, your arrival reminds me of the grand occasion when Penacony was first established. Once, during a particularly grueling day, I passed out and was resuscitated by the dream-chasing era was truly a wondrous time. I wholeheartedly hope you make it to the finish and emerge. There's that swift and decisive trailblazing spirit.
Il est presque minuit.
Hello, everyone! Next
Vous allez
up,
vous coucher,
get ready
là.
for them.
Trailblazing into the uncharted and
I hope that by the end of this journey,
a wonderful wish.
Safety first, everyone.
Simple words, but full of warmth.
Il y a Robin
Waiting for you are 3 stages, and in the last stage, you will face. Those are the rules. Simple Everyone,
Allez, je veux participer là.
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival is drawing closer, we must reach the end as quickly as possible. March and I haven't known Miss Firefly for too long and aren't overly familiar with her.
Oui.
It'd probably be better if the two of you...
C'est moi avec Firefly. C'est moi avec elle. Oui. Oh. Oui.
All right. I don't have a problem.
Moi non plus. Allez, on y va.
We'll split into the assigned groups then.
Oui, Lucien, ma chérie, viens avec moi. Oh.
Welcome to the first stage of Soul Glad Enterprises. In the School of Acting Challenge, you have to complete 3. Now, make your...
Non. Faut dire le défi. Wow, c'est violent. Oh, le football qui me brûle la rétine là. Ouh. Alors quoi? Cliquez sur le bouton pour le sélectionner le défi. Ok. Jeu numérique. Bon, allez, de toute façon, on va faire les deux, je pense. Bro.
Stage of dreams for those who dare to dream. Welcome to the School of Acting Stage.
Ouais, on a pas le temps.
Step onto the stage and
Oh. On a pas le temps.
Competitors, allow me to introduce the rules of this challenge to you. There are 3 stages up ahead. On each, you will find an outline of a script. These 3 scripts were written by the legend. Your task is to bring those moments to life, find the right words, and act convincingly to make... Also, a bit of trivia. The record score for this stage is held by a participant with fiery red hair. His exceptional performance brought even the strictest...
Oui, ma petite comment finir rapidement. Oh. Ah. Oh, encore. Attends, le temps commence.
Oh, just take a look at this pair. Such star quality. Since you've come as you two are...
Oui.
Envision that you both, driven by the spirit of exploration, are arriving at the land of dreams that is Penacony for the first time. But instead of lush, you're driving an old clunker through the wilderness of the dreamscape, braving the cold wind, choking on the dust. And suddenly, now, Mr. Greyhair, what line would you deliver?
No, that's not right. You're trying to express...
Oh.
Very good. Now, though you're disappointed, your screen partner is conversely very enthusiastic.
This is great! I love living on the wild side!
Very good, very intense. And then we cut to the story's next scene. You find a job mending the rails, but the days are long and you're Suddenly, sweet rain falls from the sky. Now, Mr. Greyhair, what But at this moment, your partner yet gazes into the sky, both her eyes closed.
Perhaps we were...
Fantastic! Both of you have an incredibly... Up next, you'll be challenged with a...
I hope these tests won't take too long.
Moi aussi, parce que là... Oh, c'est long, là. Oh, des mains. On peut même pas dire ce qu'on veut, n'empêche. Oh, il y a une télé, là. Bon. On n'a pas le temps. Ah, et puis, alors, encore là.
Here, you two are required to skillfully utilize body language to portray the story context I've laid out, picking up from where we left off. A heavy downpour saves you both stranded in the desert. This rain quenches the anger in your heart. You look to your companion, now completely... At this moment, what should you...
You seriously think that would make someone laugh?
Oh, ça va. Oh là là.
The test now is about body language. I don't...
Oh.
Right answer.
I'm...
A tug at the heartstrings. You have no choice.
Je fais que des mauvais choix. Je sais pas ce qu'il faut dire. Je vais juste aller coucher.
Get up! No one wins a...
Oh là là.
Fantastic! Of course! However...
Pourquoi j'ai choisi ça? J'ai choisi un autre. Je trouve que c'était beaucoup mieux. C'est même pas de coffre, voilà.
Welcome to the final stage. Actually, all of a sudden, two companions arrive on Penacony with nothing but a dream. Their desire for achievement. Many years later, their paths cross once more in the thriving Penacony. Yet, they refuse to acknowledge... Against the backdrop of a revitalized Penacony. Give it a shot. Try and convey this bittersweet scene to me.
Is this ever going to end?
Your performance is far from satisfactory. Cut!
Huh? We have...
It's so beautiful!
Voilà.
We have passed the test. We ought to hurry up. Stellaron is at stake.
Hop. Oui, il plaque des goûts. Une plaque d'égout. Excusez-moi, j'ai mal vu. C'est pas une plaque d'égout.
Congrats to both of you for clearing the stage, but more importantly, are you... Look at the time!
That red-haired contestant. Who is that exactly?
You'll find out eventually, but only if you clear the next... You have the option to choose... And now... Make...
Oh! C'est long! T'as des petits peurs... Oh! Les yeux! Au secours! Épreuve de temps, épreuve de tir. Oh, épreuve de tir! Après, je mets épreuve de tir, c'est même pas ça. C'est même pas une épreuve de tir, tir.
Dear friends, welcome to the enchanting universe created by the... It is said that these cartoon characters enter into the world of Honu via the TV by the entrance and partake in an...
If it's a gunfire trial, we should be able to settle this.
Je vais lui prendre l'autre. Ah, je regrette tellement. Oh. Oui, j'ai pas le temps. Oui, mais j'ai pas le temps. Allez, go. Oh, oh.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Allez, hop.
Are we?
Very good. Looks like you've got in this Honu. Alas.
Oh. J'aime pas ça en plus. C'est le pire mode que je déteste, que j'aime.
Oh, brave Hanu! You look like you could really use some help! Long time no see? Oh, listen, but you know. Now, I can't wait.
Let's stay alert and make sure those monsters don't spot us.
Attention, je vais faire en même temps.
Look up there! If we can push that thing down, do you think that would do the trick? Finally, that's all the jigsaw pieces. Let's hurry back.
Oh my! Hurry!
Such haphazard instructions. Disconnecting from that thing so suddenly has left me feeling slightly disoriented.
Ah. Je pensais être mes lignes, mais non. Je vais rien dire.
Is that Hanu? I know that this may sound like an exaggeration, but Penacony is actually in... What exactly is he talking about?
It's time for me to make an appearance!
Mickey!
Clocky?
In Dreamville, Clocky is everywhere! Hanu says, battle! We must... The enemy is at our doorstep, and we have no path of... Touch that suspicious-looking TV right now!
Non.
So they just... Sheesh.
Tiens.
Well, there we go again. Eddie,
Ah. Ah.
I'm gradually getting used to this.
No? Did someone say hi last week? What break?
But...
Guess what?
The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right? He wasn't lying. There's actually a bazooka here. Now we should have a way of dealing with those baddies. This thing feels just like the Soaring Locust too. Careful. It looks like we've got more
Non, mais laissez-moi récupérer les munitions au moins.
Here we go again.
Quoi? Si. Oui. Bah moi je l'ai fait l'avion. Sérieux.
That should be all.
Oh my! Oh,
La vidéo va être très longue. Et j'aurais terminé ça.
Well, that's that.
Ouais. Ouais. On va sortir ce que j'ai dit. Oh, il y a un truc là. Quick. Récupérer. Ouais. Encore un jeton. C'est pas un jeton, c'est... Oh, c'est fini. C'est fini.
Congratulations to both of you! Oh, you've overcome all obstacles and proven yourselves. But in the final stage, you will face the defending champion. Welcome to the 33rd Scorched Sand
Oui,
Festival.
c'est bon. Allez. Tapons le mec aux cheveux rouges là. Allez, c'est parti. L'écran blanc. Oh mes yeux. Ah, c'est pas fini. Arène 1, arène 2. Bah, arène 1, c'est l'arène 2. Pas moi. J'aime pas les choix. Allez, go. Tapons la personne qui...
No way, I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Oui, moi aussi. Je crois que je viens de le voir. Argentine! Au secours. Argentine! Toi, tu me reconnais pas? Je peux parler, hein.
Are you...
Waouh! On l'avait pas déjà retrouvé? Enfin, vu? On peut te taper après. C'est pas un problème. Pourquoi il parle pas? Allez.
We don't have much time. May fate
Honkai.
allow us to meet again.
Allez, on a gagné.
In that
C'est bon,
case,
pardon.
let's make our way to the end.
Oui.
Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Même pas le temps de parler à l'Argentine. Ouais.
Congratulations to the galactic baseballer and Firefly on becoming this Scorched Sand Festival's champion!
Les sortes d'une super je pense.
We look forward to their amazing entrance in the Charmony Festival!
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony Eye. On behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you, wishing you joy under their radiance.
J'aurais dû prendre le troisième, mais bon. Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Tu as parlé au mec?
As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its stealth. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request. We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a... Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, You must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated. Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, a dystopia for the survival of the fittest, or a sweet dream paradise for all?
Vous savez que je fais des mauvais choix, moi, dans la vie. Je fais toujours de mauvais choix. Heureusement qu'il y a le troisième choix, j'en sais rien, parce que là...
That's not the point! Don't let him mislead you!
Moi, j'aime bien Sunday. Après, j'aime bien Sunday, donc...
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about the Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Ms. Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our...
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices. And our final course of action. The only path to take.
J'avais dit mon pote que Sunday était gentil, mais finalement... Bon, après, c'est un... Voilà.
You mean to say
that
for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use this determined festival that I have bequeathed to the masses as a tool to realize their ambition.
Voilà. Moi j'aime bien le jeu comme ça. Je sais pas, genre... vous voulez dire que tout ce temps, il y a des scélérats qui font ça,
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song...
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the... Do you have any such...
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of...
I would have never thought that this...
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circuit...
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has not...
Sunday, Robin, I've watched you two grow up, and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as the most devout. The magnitude of this matter is enormous, and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond in kind. Someday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me, and question me in their stead, so that no lies may be concealed?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth, just as it is in the heavens.
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that...
Let us begin. There is nothing else to prepare.
Oh, le retour de ce truc, c'est horrible.
Understood.
C'est horrible.
Question. Have you devoted your life to your god, never worshipping other gods?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself, always heeding their admonishments?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god, betraying their name?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god? Coveting more than the...
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I...
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith. With this...
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called the god you both mentioned. Are they truly Xipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could
perfectly harmonize? Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but in the distant past, there existed an Eon. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony. Ultimately, though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger.
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself...
So?
For the sake of our grand cause Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to rest.
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this. It's a pity that things have turned out this way.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Xipe. True bliss can only be guaranteed by the one who transcends the many. Within the foundation of law, humanity established, and through harmony, we obtain.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Bah, on va le remettre dans le droit chemin. On va le taper, on va lui foutre un coup de batte et il revient dans le droit chemin.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident. Smart kid. You're just as sharp as the other one.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of...
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged.
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so he should understand what it entails. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means... Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, you'll be able to better understand. Let's begin. The first decision. A story. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later on. Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopher, that baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and we decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, it was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. Its destiny was determined by our momentary whim. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell.
Attends, bâtir un nid ici. Alors attends, pourriez-vous suivre le plan d'origine et bâtir un nid avec finition?
Or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer.
On peut choisir réellement ou pas? Ah, lol. Pas besoin des autres pour avoir point de vue, hein.
I'm happy to see that you made a choice similar to ours. If your mind is made up, let me reveal the outcome. We passionately nursed it back to health, preparing only the best food for it every day. We even preened its feathers. I watched it for a long while by the window, probably about 3 or so days. In those 3 long days, the little Charmony dove tried. Finally, on the 137th attempt, it succeeded. But its attempt did not go perfectly. After flying unsteadily for a while, it fell. The fall shattered its wings. It writhed helplessly in my embrace. But it was all for naught. Finally succumbing to a painful demise. I deeply regret the choices we made. Next, let us head to the second decision. This story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family, charged with listening to the It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the dreamscape. Joy, He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. He told me, I sold everything I could at home. He had a plan in place. He would buy back after hearing the dream chaser's story. I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now, I'd like you all to make a choice. Will you do as I did and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit so that or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels? I look forward to everyone's decisions.
Oh, on a regardé par là. Oh, je vais là-bas. On va dire que je fais des choix. Je m'en fous que je fasse un mauvais choix ou pas.
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same decision. Out of respect, I'll share with you first the outcome. He attained major success. After avoiding capture, he ran a business for a few years, very quickly now then. Did he realize the wish he set out to achieve? No. The last time I saw him was in the real world, where the hounds were going to permanently exile him. He told me the reason he was in this predicament was because he conspired to usurp the head of the Alfalfa family. When I asked him in the end, my heart aligned with the harmony, and the good deed I dared to. As to your choice, I'll end the story this time. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand...
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue. Do you...
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct? She's touring there right now.
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray...
A stray bullet?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's
Is she alright?
If the operation was successful, she should probably... By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any vital arteries.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will likewise. I've prepared one last question. One last because this is merely a figment of imagination. A nightmare that has haunted me through countless nights. Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony? I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fun. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract. So allow me to provide a simple example. As you all, during these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves, and it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days.
Bon après, je te demande avoir que des samedis. Parce que dimanche, il n'y a rien à faire, tu te fais chier.
And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating that there would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way, Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
It sounds like a...
But what is the price to attain all that?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words...
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as to why we sleep, it is because we are afraid. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak, perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak. Because I don't.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally. We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. So...
C'est fini. Je veux juste aller me coucher là. Un peu de temps par... Non mais c'est bon.
What is this place?
Je vais aller me coucher.
Does this place ring any bells, Misha?
I don't know.
But
it's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless, but weirdly, Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memory, so I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha.
I don't know much about...
I'm counting on you.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure?
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar with this place... Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death. But the question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha...
All right, but...
I guess